Okay, well, that's that on COVID-19. We'll be talking about the next one, which is NARD orders COVID-19 doctors to join strike, or he threatens them. He will fine them for 5 million naira each. Now, the storyline basically is that the National Association of Resident Doctors has ordered doctors at the COVID-19 isolation centers to join the nationwide strike, which of course began April 1st. Yeah, the NARD also has threatened to impose a fine of 5 million naira on any of its branches that fail to join the strike. On April 1st, there was reports that members of the association of the COVID-19 isolation did not join the strike on compassionate grounds. But the internal memo of the association on Monday threatened to impose a 5 million fine on any branch. Okay, now this is a branch, not an individual. On any branch that shunned the strike. It also said that branches found wanting will not be able to hold any national position for the next 2 years. First of all, do you think this is a smart move? Do you think this is a good move?
Yeah, a house divided itself will not work. And of course, you know, government is funny. They will come in and break it. So probably those ones that are not on strike, we inhibit whatever chances the NARD want to achieve. So I think what they've come up with is the best. To see if we are pursuing a goal, let us see that is our focus. Because you know, the government is always funny. They will always look for ways to truncate whatever you want to bring to them. If you look at this, it's unfortunate really that our health care is going down. Nobody cares. Most of our doctors are living in droves.
Yeah.
Things are getting deteriorated. Of course, our president is outside the country enjoying himself, being treated in a well-equipped hospital. And here we are, you know, which is where I said, I think it's time for us to develop our own native, whatever you call it, drugs. So that maybe that will be the antidote for what we are going through. But it's unfortunate, really, because when health is wealth, when a nation is dilapidated, let me put it that way, health-wise, then there's nothing we're talking about productivity. There's no way we can produce. You can imagine the number of people that have died because of this. And of course, we don't even care. You know, to us, life doesn't really matter. It's how many now? Because every day you must hear either one, either COVID, insurgents, bandit, terrorists. So to us, life now is just when you wake up, just appreciate God and say, God, thank you for being alive. Because you've been sleeping, you're not sleeping with your 2 eyes right now. Things are deteriorating. And of course, we don't see anything, any uhuru.
And this strike is actually affecting the COVID-19 response, when you go to isolation centers and even private public hospitals. Yeah, it's really affecting Nigerians.
It is, because what you're giving credence is that it's only people that have money that can go and have themselves treated, because private hospital is going to blossom, like your name. so that means that public, just like now they've killed the public school, indirectly or invariably, we're killing public health care.
Yeah.
And maybe after killing it, they will look for another thing and keep, because now, if you look at what they've killed public power sector, which is NEPA is dead. They've killed water supply. There's nothing like public water now. Now they've killed public school. No, ASU is dead. So now healthcare, which is core. And of course, you know they've killed security. So the fivefold ministry of every human being living is almost dead. And it's like this country is a little bit, I don't know whether, I'm not, God forbid, I'm not being pessimistic, but let me say, you see that we don't know the principle of life and how we can navigate into being really humans. Because the principle of humans, first of all, is health, shelter, security, food, which is the basic, then transport. These things are just dead in this country. And the country leaders don't care. It's like we are living in two worlds. People there and these people there.
Here.
And those people out there don't care of those people who are down.
Okay, let me ask a question still about the strike. Yesterday when we were talking about it, still, I think Mazi suggested, okay, they both quite agree that the doctors should actually resume their positions despite what happened. And they made a point, they stated a point whereby that in this regime is as though protest does not yield result. So them trying to, go on strike and protest, however it may be, will not yield results. So they should go back because people are dying and, things are getting worse. It was bad before, but now it's like things are getting worse. Now, would you agree that these people should actually call off their strike and, go back to their offices and do what they swore an oath to do?
Well, like normal Nigerian, we are so docile. Whenever anything affects us, we tend to look at it from the emotional sentiment. This is not emotional sentiment. We're trying to put things in order. If they go back, we're still back to square one. Look, these guys, they go back, they are not happy. What do you think they will give you as service? They're not happy. So first of all, before somebody can give you the best he has, you must first of all give him a conducive environment. Is it in Canada that doctors were saying, look, we are overpaid. Please cut short our salaries. Which in Nigeria, I won't say we are not even paid anything. We are not even living. And if it's good to go because that is what they signed for, because they say health first, care first. But it has not helped in getting the foundation of our problem sorted out. They can just go, it's just like you have a wound and the wound is deep, you use plaster and cover it. The wound is still there.
Yeah,
you see it deeper. So you've not sorted anything out. I think the best thing is that, look, if we are solving this thing problem, let's solve it together. Let us all endure it. Nigerians are so docile that every little thing we are saying, let's go back, our government is, and that is why the leaders, they understand our psyche. So average Nigerian psyche, they cannot bear anything that is very, very, hard on them. They know after some time they go back, so just leave them. And that is the psychological impact to ourselves, used by our leaders, and it's working for them.
Right.
It's working.
Okay, so you totally agree that they should continue with the strike
and
not go back to
They will need to get to the foundation. Because the issue is that if they go back, I'm telling you in the next 3-4 months, they will still go back on strike.
Okay.
So who is fooling who? So it's better to get this right, so that if they are resuming, they resume fully. And we know, in the next 1 year, nobody's going to call strike. Yeah. But if they say, okay, let's go back, we'll just go back, and I'm sure, I'm telling you this thing, just like what happened in ASU. People were saying, my children are home, this and that, please go back. They went back, they were back to square one. Fundamentally, let me tell you, if you want to build a house that is already dilapidated, the first thing you do, demolish that house and start afresh. Because if you start it from this, when the foundation is faulty, it will crumble one day. And that's what I'm just saying. I'm not advocating that I'm happy about what is happening, but I think it's high time for Nigerians to endure some pains for us to get the right thing done. Yeah.
For us to move forward.
Move forward. Yeah.